Elon had a degree in physics, but he needed to surround himself with scientists, engineers, standout college students, and other people willing to take huge risks. Part of what makes Elon unique was his special ability to build a team, surrounding himself not just with the best and brightest, but with those who can dream big, innovate, and see obstacles as creative tasks and not boundaries. After buying a building in a suburb of LA, he painted the walls white and epoxied the floor the same color. It's time to get started. The goal? Be the Southwest Airlines of space. Musk felt NASA was simply building Ferraris for every launch, when most of the time he thought a Honda Accord would do. To give you a comparison, a 550-pound payload would cost $300 million to get into orbit. Elon and the Falcon 1 rocket they were working on would carry 1,400 pounds and cost them around $6.9 million. You do the math. Elon's team continued to grow as they worked toward building prototypes of the Falcon 1 rocket. Engineers, designers, and builders all worked together, desks side by side. Working there, you might have been constructing one day and writing code the next. Crossing and connecting multiple disciplines was just part of the innovative process, and something schools should definitely take note of. Something else I admire about Elon is that he was never above getting his hands dirty. He often would pick up some tools, get to work, and leave SpaceX covered in epoxy. As for this young space company, yes, they were having setbacks, including having to travel to a remote island off Hawaii to test rockets. But keep in mind, they were starting from scratch, building everything stateside. Let's pause for a second. You have to understand that during all this, Elon was working with another startup you may have heard of, Tesla. And let's be clear, Tesla was going to go through some terrible times. So terrible that the company would nearly fall apart more than once. If you are taking score, that's 2 companies Elon started using his own money as a primary driver. Risky? I would say nearly insane. To understand Tesla, you first need to meet J.B. Strobel, a Stanford grad with an obsession for electric cars. In fact, in high school, Strobel took a trashed electric golf cart and rebuilt it. And then in college, he converted a Porsche into an electric car. People thought Strobel's idea about using lithium-ion batteries in cars was nuts. That is until he met Elon in 2003. Keep in mind, before now, these batteries were primarily found in cell phones. Another name you need to know is Martin Eberhard, a talented engineer who designed one of the first ebook readers called the Rocket eBook. Around 2000, he test drove the T0, the world's fastest electric car created by AC propulsions. Eberhard was hooked and decided he and his business partner, Mark Tarpenning, would build their own electric car using the same types of batteries found in the Rocket eBook reader, lithium-ion batteries, instead of the old lead-acid ones we all know. In 2003, engineers Martin and Mark incorporated their company, calling it Tesla, in honor, of course, of Nikola Tesla. At this point, Tesla needs a major investor, but someone who was passionate about electric vehicles. Of course, that someone is Elon. Keep in mind, at this point, the EV1 and the Toyota Prius were around, but they lacked creativity, speed, and definitely design. Question is, how does one tap into the $3 billion luxury car market? Also, it's been since 1925, when Chrysler was founded, that an American car company started up shop. What Tesla needed was cash, a lot of cash. What they got was not only Elon's money, but his skills in physics and science, and his detest for America's dependency on foreign oil. The goal? Take a Lotus Elise body, put a huge battery in it, and call it the Roadster. Sounds simple enough. Yeah, it wasn't. The team had to combine 7,000 lithium batteries, and of course, make them work without overheating and exploding. What I love about Elon, SpaceX, and Tesla is the sheer amount of creative process going on. We often refer to it as the scientific method, but the creative process isn't much different. Encased in that creative process is ingenuity, and the team at Tesla had plenty of it. To give you an example, most car makers send cars to the Arctic Circle to test them, which takes forever and is costly. The team at Tesla got creative and rented a big ice cream box truck, rolled the Roadster on, and got started testing. Simply genius. 3 years later, in 2006, the world sees the first Tesla Roadster with a $90,000 price tag and 250-mile range on one charge. Elon proudly announces, "Until today, all electric cars have sucked." And to be honest, he was right. Thousands start pre-ordering this baby, but things were not going as planned. Batteries from Thailand, Body panels from France, motors from Taiwan, and battery cells from China were too expensive, and Elon was running out of cash. He decided that everything needed to be made in the US. Everything. To add to the stress, SpaceX had another failure while firing its Falcon 1 rocket. The SpaceX team is literally in tears. Get this, Elon had dumped over $100 million into SpaceX, and Tesla was about to go under as well. In fact, it was so bad, Tesla employees were writing checks to keep the doors open. 6 years after starting SpaceX on September 28, 2008, the team had successfully launched. They became the first private space company to ever do so. By December 23rd, Elon had a deal with NASA, 12 flights to the space station for around $1.6 billion. Yeah, the hard work quite literally paid off. Fast forward to 2012, and Tesla finally puts out the Model S, a perfect combination of cutting-edge technology, engineering, and design. With a 300-mile range, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.2 seconds, seating for 7, and a 17-inch touchscreen controlling everything, Tesla was set to redefine what a car could be, and most importantly, one with 0 emissions. Of course, even to this day, Tesla and SpaceX continue to see success and struggles. But when you are leading by innovation, the creative process demands a ton of failure to reach success. SpaceX and Tesla are examples of the future, and we haven't even talked about Elon's passion for solar energy or ideas for a pneumatic hyperloop tube to solve LA traffic. These ideas are amazing. For Elon Musk, I really don't think it's about money or making shareholders happy. He is on a mission to make this world and mankind better and more sustainable. Money for Elon is a means to change, a way to push the limits of creativity. And there is no doubt Elon is all in. Of course, Elon is human and has his flaws. There are definitely those who have experienced the difficult side of his personality and leadership, but there are certainly those who are inspired by him. One thing I have realized is that new ideas are not always welcomed and often seen as crazy. But I love this quote by Larry Page, the co-founder and CEO of Google and a close friend of Elon. Good ideas are always crazy until they are not. If you have an idea or a dream you want to pursue, I hope you are inspired by Elon's story. Take it from me, following your dream isn't easy, but it is definitely worth it. If you want to dig even deeper, I highly suggest picking up the book Elon Musk by Ashley Vance, which is fantastic. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below. Until next time, be outrageous.